Okay, folks, section 5.9, factoring patterns for ax squared plus bx plus c. So guys, now we're looking at something in front of the x squared, not just one, okay? Now we have numbers in front of the x squared. Now, I'm going to show you the way to do it every time. It works every time and you always get the right pair, okay? But the first thing that we've got to look at is the quadratic formula. You have to memorize it. You have to memorize it. You have to memorize it.
No. Are you joshing us?
JK. You have to memorize it. Minus b, x equals. What can x be? What can x be? X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
What is plus or minus?
That means that there are really two possible answers. Negative b plus that stuff and negative b minus that stuff.
How do we know which one?
I'm going to show you. You're going to do both. You have to do both. Okay? You have to memorize it. Now, this is the easy part. A is the number in front of x squared. Always the number in front of x squared. So in this case, it's 2. B is the number in front of the x. In this case, it's positive 7. C is always the constant at the back. And in this case, it's negative 9. Okay? Those are the three numbers that we're going to be plugging in to that formula. Okay? Now, please do it the way I do it. It will help you memorize it. Always write the formula first. Don't be lazy. Don't be messy. Take your time. Write the formula. Minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's the formula. We'll help you write. You've written it twice already now. Good. Remember, we're factoring this. We want to break it into two things that multiply to give us that. We'll see in just a minute what it is. Okay? Now, rewrite it, but with parentheses, because you're going to fill it in. All over 2 parentheses. I'll use a different colored marker so you guys can see where the numbers go. The first number again, remember, is b, so I'm going to put 7 here and 7 there. The next number is a, that's 2, and c is minus 9. A on the bottom, 2. Okay? Next step, let's start simplifying. We always begin with the stuff underneath the radical sign. Remember, the radical sign is that thing right there. Okay, the square root sign. We call it the radical sign. So now we're going to have minus 7 plus or minus, just keep with plus or minus for now, the square root of 49. And you can multiply these all together, but remember, this is a negative 4. So I've got negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, times negative 9 is positive 72. All right. So far, so good. All over 4. Okay. Let's continue to simplify. Negative 7 plus or minus the square root. Tell me, is that 121?
Yep.
All over 4. Okay? Now, let me ask you this, Cameron. What is the square root of 121? 11. So here's where we break it apart. As soon as I take the square root, I'm going to say negative 7 plus 11 over 4 and negative 7 minus 11 over 4. Okay? Now I've got two answers. And remember, the reason that I have two answers, and we're about to pause, but the reason I'm going to have two answers is that I've got two factors that multiply to give me the polynomial. All right, I'm going to see you on the next video for the rest of it.